Hello, everybody, and welcome to Formula Worldwide Leagues presents Friday Night Lights. I am your affable host, DonutPuncher 272, joining you live, as always, late on a Friday night here on the East Coast, and we're back for another race filled with hot racing action. It's the Italian Grand Prix at Monza, the Temple of Speed, the Cathedral of Going Fast, the House of Moving Forward Quickly, the Shack of... it's the Italian Grand Prix. I can't wait! Although, based on the qualifying, it might not be a very interesting race because Defy blitzed Pole, or Nick Arrow, or Patrick Duffy, or whatever the hell you want to call him. Oh, look, we made it back for the start of the race. And we have a fight on our hands right at the front between Patrick Duffy and Victor Joust. They're going side by side down into turn one. Who's going to back out of this? Oh, boy! Well, we just played pinball with somebody back there. I don't know what happened, but somebody slammed into somebody. It looked like Spicy Nuggies was probably at fault there because he just got himself a 10-second penalty. The rarely seen 10-second penalty. Oh my God, it's a car parked down in the turn two. What on earth is going on here in Monza tonight? Absolutely ridiculous. Somebody has caused a massive accident down there in turn one, and I can't wait to see the onboards of that. Oh my goodness. Well, let's get back to our spectator menu here and see some things, because I believe it is indeed true that Defy on the hard tire is running away with this from Corey Lanzillo. Nick Arrow is driving away from our field, including NXR Gifted, who is on the medium tire. He's moved up a few spots, I know, from that, because of that hilarious wreck that was caused by I guess Spicy Nuggets. Let's see if he has some wing damage. You would assume that if someone hit somebody hard enough to cause a 10-second penalty, they would have some wang damage, and probably will go into the pit. It might even just DNF. So embarrassed was he with that moment there. But maybe he was the one who got hit. I don't know, because I don't even know who I was on board with. I should have been paying more attention. I was a bit confused and frazzled because of the late joining, and I'm sorry out there, everybody. I think you got cut off in my race intro. I don't know where I got cut off, but I'm sorry for that happening. It's unprofessional. Just like taking a drink on the microphone, like I just did there. All right, let's take stock here. So, main thing, Nickelodeon up here at number one. That's probably going to stay that way for the rest of the race, especially as he is driving away on the hard tires. Corey giving it everything right now, but it might not be enough. NXR Gifted, previous champion, where he belongs in third place right now, looking to get himself a penalty by driving off track, followed closely by Plube and Screech. So we got the brownest of buns, who typically this season has been a bit of a backmarker, having a great race so far here in 6th place in the ass. We got Echo, Zidolphin in 7th, followed by Senior Heat Gang and the aforementioned Spicy Nuggies, who has the 10-second penalty. He is going to need a serious safety car to save his bacon here tonight. And then championship contender Sweaty Randall up here in 10th place. He needs a good finish tonight, with, again, Sketchball demonstrating that his heart's just not in it anymore, and he has some serious dedication problems, not joining us here tonight as Plube makes the move around NXR Gifted, so he falls down to 4th place. That's okay. He'll hang out in the DRS. That's cute. That's cute. No reason to get all excited about that. I wish we could see the beginning again. I wish we could see what Spicy Nuggies did there at the beginning to earn that 10-second penalty. Who was I on board with? Where did these people start at? Maybe I was on board with Corey, and then a McLaren came steaming down. I thought I was on board with McLaren. Either way, that was hilarious. I can't wait to talk about that later in the Discord. Hopefully we've sown the seeds of Discord, and then we will reap them in the Discord. 'Cause that's always fun. So far, so good on the penalty front, though. 3 laps in. That's good. Other than Spicy Nuggies, of course. Let's see where my co-commentator usually is right now. He's in 13th place, having a relatively terrible performance. Looks like we have a car off track. That is CR Roach in the Red Bull. He has gone off track in Ascari, and he's trying to get it back on track. He probably thinks we're not watching him right now, but we absolutely are. We're just going to make sure he's not going to hit some marker boards before he goes into the pits to retire. What are you going to do, CR Roach? Are you going to stay in this race? Definitely going to need some new Wang parts. Definitely need some of those. Stops on a dime. Nice job. All right. I think we've had enough of that. Massive Noogies falling way behind the pack here. Massive is trying to catch up with his friend Spicy here in 11th, who now has been passed by THR Marzi. When I read that out loud, I want to call him TRL Marzi, like a Carson Daly sort of thing. Remember that back in the day, TRL? Oh, man. People say it was better in the past. I'm not sure it was better in the past. I don't know. So we do have a nice little train here. We got the brownest of buns leading it off. We got Echoes the Dolphin right behind him. We got Sweaty Randall here. Senior Heat Gang. TRL. Spicy going very wide in the background. I wonder if Spicy has some sort of damage on his automobile that's not immediately obvious. Whether that be Wang damage or maybe some bodywork damage. Again, you hit someone hard enough to get a 10-second penalty, you have to assume there's substantial damage there. Massive Noogie's unable to make any inroads on this group right now, probably due to his talent deficiency. As the Dreamweaver makes a nifty little move there on Fakasha down here in 14th place. So he's having a bit of a stinker of a race, but he fights back on the big curve. They go side by side. Who's going to come out on top here? It doesn't really matter. So let's not watch it. As someone else has crashed back here. Who is that? Who's crashed? Oh, CR Roach with a 10-second penalty. I would imagine we're going to have a retirement from CR Roach, and indeed we do, but it's in the pit lane. Ah, the person who had crashed was Massive Noogies. What a stupid dummy. Oh, man, he stinks. So Nickelodeon is just driving away. My God, this race, we need to call it run rule, mercy rule. I know Corey Lanzillo would be thrilled to take a second place right now. I believe his inaugural podium here in Friday Night Lights. So he would love to see that. NXR Gifted down here fighting with Plube for that final podium position. Don't trip over each other, boys. You guys need to help each other out if you want to have a chance at second place. But, you know, racers be racers. They always be bumping and grinding and such. So let's see what's happened to our battle here. Sweaty Randall has now overtaken the brownest of buns for 6th place. So Sweaty Randall moving up a little bit here from the beginning of this race. Having a bit of taking a couple of stabs of that chicane there, but finally gets it done in the end. And Echo has fallen down here a little bit. Almost out of DRS range through the Lesbo. Lesbo 1 there, now Lesbo 2. Holds on to it and is going to get some of that hot, steamy DRS. Oh, he loves it when it hits his face. DRL down here at 9th, and Senior Heat Gang and Spicy, dragging Spicy along still. Oh, boy. Spicy needed a much better performance. He had an actual outside chance at the championship. He is in 2nd place. He's 16 points behind. And because of Sketchy's ongoing dedication problems, there was an outside chance Spicy would have a run at it, but not with a performance like this, and certainly not with a 10-second penalty. Again, he's going to need a safety car here to save his ass. But it doesn't look like that's forthcoming right now. Someone could, of course, crash. And I, for one, wouldn't mind seeing that. It would actually really need to be about right now, because then Patrick Duffy would be forced to put on the medium tires, and they would probably be worse than the Horde tires by the end of the race. That would really be the only chance. Oh, we have a yellow flag. Is my prediction about to come true? Who has crashed? Oh, it looks like Corey Lanzillo has crashed. Well, that's a goddamn shame. Now Defy's even further away. Ay, Dios mío. The brownest of buns, will he get that hot, steamy blast of DRS he craves so much? He will not get it. Sweaty Randall. Hot in pursuit of the brownest of buns back here. Ah, boy. 7 laps of 27. 20 laps to go. Decent so far. I'm kicking myself for being on board on that first lap. I mean, we did see some tremendous racing action there in the first corner. And by racing action, I mean someone becoming a literal torpedo. It wasn't great racing action. It was funny racing action. I enjoyed it. I hope you did as well. But since then, we just have a bunch of DRS passes down the main straight. And I, for one, am not a huge fan of DRS passes. I am a huge fan of that move there by Echoes the Dolphin around the outside of Sweaty Randall. Well done, Echo. Up to 7th place now in that resplendent red Ferrari. We have Victor Chouse back here in 15th place, going into the pits early, getting a fresh new Wang. So obviously, something bad has happened to him as well. I don't remember seeing where he was at the beginning of the race, so Spicy Nuggies has already gone in. I wonder if he had a wing change. He definitely served a... Oh, he did not serve a penalty. Interesting. So that's going to be added to his race time. Oh, boy. What a waste of time this has become for Spicy Nuggies. Let's see if there was a race director incident report on Spicy Nuggies incident with Victor Chouse. Speeding in the pit. Oh, that's why Spicy Nuggies has another 10-second penalty. What happened to Victor Chouse? So no incident report on Victor Chouse, but he was in the pits, obviously, changing his front wang. So clearly something bad happened to him. He is another candidate for quitting, I believe. Very shortly, he should be quitting, because this is just a waste of time. It's Friday night, you know. You could be out there doing all kinds of stuff. Go to the mall, talk to chicks, or dudes, or chicks with dicks, or dudes with vaginas. Talk to anybody you want, you know. It's up to you. You can have an awesome time. You can do anything that you desire out there. But you should definitely not be spending your time in 16th place on Friday Night Lights. So he's about a sector away from being lapped here. Oh, boy. 3-second time penalty for Patrick Duffy. That will only come into play if we have a safety car, but still puts a little bit of jeopardy into this race. At this point, though, he's going to have the tire advantage, even if there was a safety car, so probably won't matter. Everything is coming up Defy right now. Everything working out for him. I see we have a relatively large lobster here with us tonight. I didn't notice that earlier. Good to see him back. Nice to see Massive down here in 12th place. Serves him right for not commentating with me tonight. Apparently 16 drivers wasn't enough for Massive to commentate on. He needed to be in the action. Okay. 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 Wow, the brownest of buns moves into 5th place. What a race here for him tonight. Echo fighting with Sweaty Randall and THR right now through the big curve. Lots of fighting going on back here. None of it particularly relevant. I mean, it is for points. Having a hard time getting excited about it. I'm sorry. I just am. I went battles for the lead. Oh boy. The brownest of buns goes very wide there. I think there's going to be penalties about to start racking up here because I have seen people go off track a lot. A lot of sliding through corners, especially in qualifying. This looks like a very slidey game. I don't know if that's true. I've only bought the game to commentate on it. I have not played a single lap of this game. And I look forward to not doing that in the future. It doesn't look very fun. it makes me think of other games that we could be playing right now that would be fun for everybody to watch with this crew of drivers that would put people's real skills to the test. And the thing that I think of every time when I think of that is Mario Kart on maybe the Nintendo Switch. So maybe that's, I don't know, because I've always played it at my brother's house, and I don't know which Mario Kart it is, but it has a lot of very cool tracks. And, you know, you do that drifty thing around the corners. That's really the secret in Mario Kart, of course. Everybody knows that. But wouldn't that be fun to watch all these drivers fight it out in Mario Kart? Nickelodeon? Ploob, who I didn't know had this kind of pace. Ploob, I must apologize to you. I was not familiar with your game. NXR Gifted, watch him play some Mario Kart? Some spicy nuggies? Playing some Mario Kart? I mean, fuck yeah, bro. That'd be fucking sweet. I mean, because, you know, this race. We have a 6-car battle here, and I don't know, it's just making me a little soft right now. I'll admit it, you know, I'll admit it. A little soft. 10-second penalty for Screech going into the pit lane, a little too fast. You silly boy, Screech. Your race is ruined. As Corey Lanzillo makes the move down the outside of the brownest of buns, back into 4th place. And that is probably a net P4 as well because of that penalty for Screech. Stupid dum-dum. But we are about to see some penalties coming here soon. So, penalties and pit stops. Oh, yes, I am rubbing my hands together with glee right now. It's true. I actually started doing that reflexively without even... Like, I did that before I said it. That's pathetic. Oh, no. The brownest of buns has taken all that good work, and he's crumpled it up into a little ball, and he's thrown it away. Oh, the brownest of buns. Oh, he flew too close to the sun, and now he's back down at 9th place, what we also like to call Loserville. As you can see, it's populated by one resident right now, Massive Nuggies. He stinks. Stinks down here in 10th place. Ooh, we got some... Speaking on the Twitch chat, representative of number 4 here, of course, the beautiful French woman, number 4. We spoke to her representative last night, Sir Justin, after a tremendous victory for the pair of them in Formula whatever. It says, just got some time after celebrating yesterday, of course, to check out this league race at Monza Live. Great commentary, as always, DonutPuncher. Well, thank you very much, Sir Justin. As speaking as representative of number 4, I really do appreciate that. Oh my God, we just had a 10-second collision from Corey Lanzillo. Now, this penalty will not be served because it happened in the pit lane. He must have got it slamming into the butt of someone going into the pit lane. So another big penalty here for one of our podium contenders. What is going on here with these 10-second penalties? We have 2 of them in one race. I've never even seen one. So we got some people into the pits here, including Massive Nuggies. So he's in last place, where he ultimately belongs. Just got passed by Victor Chaus and Fakasha and Spicy, who is having an absolutely rotten time right now. The Dreamweaver back here in 12th. And with his teammate, freshly crashed teammate, the brownest of buns. Look at this. A relatively large lobster in the top 10. Of course, he still has to pit. As do Eka the Dolphin, Sweaty Randall, Ploob, and NXR, who is, my God, 12 seconds behind Nickelodeon. This is ridiculous. What a domination this is from Patrick Deffey. As now we have more people going to the pits now. NXR Gifted and Ploob with a 10-second penalty, ruining his chance at a podium here tonight. So let's let these guys pit, and let's see where everybody comes out at. God, I hate when my controller shakes because the people are in the pits. It's fucking stupid. I don't need that. It's a terrible feature. So actually, you know what? Let's pull up the spectator menu and let's see penalties. Oh my God! What are you fellers doing? What are you doing? Corey Lanzillo moves back into 5th place, but he has a 10-second penalty. It's hard to know what is the net and what's not net and all that stuff. Nickelodeon, I think you could put on some intermediate tires right now and you would be just fine. Just being honest with you. Although, one person who doesn't have a penalty is the guy in second place, NXR Gifted. Nice job, NXR. And now Corey Lanzillo with a 3-second penalty. Only 13 seconds above penalties for Corey, so that's not a big deal. Should be fine. That is not good. So when's Patrick Daffy going to pit here? I mean, you might as well do it soon. There's no reason to stay out any long. I guess he could for safety car purposes, but doesn't look like we're going to have a safety car. We're just going to have a bunch of 10-second penalties. As Plube looking to make the move on Screech, but they both have 10-second penalties, so really hard to figure out who is actually in play here. I guess Sweaty Randall is best position for second place right now. Oh my goodness me. Another penalty for Patrick Duffy. So that's 6 seconds of penalties for our leader. When is he going to come in? Are you coming in yet? You stupid dum-dum. Get your butt in the pits. He continues on. Okay. Okay. Let's get back. Oops. Take a look. Oh boy, those are a lot of gaps. Oh god, that makes me want to throw up. Look at the tires. So the only person who has not pitted yet is Defy. I see he's joined by a relatively large lobster here. Who has also not pitted. I have to say, though, I don't think it's very relevant when the relatively large lobster pits. Doesn't seem like it's going to have a very big impact on this race. As TRL Marzi gets himself a 3-second penalty to go along with the other penalties he already has. Sweaty Randall makes the move around the outside of Corey Lanzillo, who ducks in right behind old Sweaty Randall there. Yeah, I think Sweaty Randall here has the best chance at a podium, along with NXR Gifted. Looks like that's the way it's going to play out. We watch as Patrick Duffy comes around the Parabolica. Let's see if he goes into the pits this time. He does not. I don't know why I'm so obsessed with that. I guess there's just not that much other intrigue, and these penalties are making it difficult for me to understand what truly is happening in this race. What would be cool is if someone who was in that immediate melee on lap 1 could get DNF'd and then go on Discord and tell me what the hell happened. Preferably with some swear words involved, because that would obviously make it funny. And, well, I mean, you know, swear words directed at another person. That's the important bit. Little sad here for the brownest of buns. He was going so well, and because he doesn't have any penalties, he would have had a great chance for a podium here tonight. It's a bit of a heartbreaker for the brownest of buns. I feel bad for him. It's too bad. But, you know, that is Friday Night Lights for you. The Premier League of Formula Worldwide Leagues. You make a mistake, you will be punished, and you will not receive any treats before you go to bed. And I personally am going to have many treats before I go to bed. Right after this race, I'm going to go make myself a waffle. And then I am probably going to take to bed with me a couple of Rice Krispie treats. Sometimes I think about all the food that I eat in bed and how, like, I was born to be one of those people that has to be craned out of their house. Like, I should be 700 pounds. I should be on that TV show, My 700-Pound Life, or whatever the amount of poundage you need. That's what's inside of me. That's the person I am. That's in my DNA. But I just can't put weight on like that. I've been trying my entire life. I mean, it is a goal of mine to be able to tell someone, I need you to... What's happened here to THR Marcy? Has he decided to end it all because of his terrible penalties? Oh, he has some Wang damage. Good old-fashioned Wang damage. I don't know why he's not ending his race right now, though. What's going on here? Uh-oh. Big problem. Senior Heat Gang and the Brownest of Buns have basically ruined each other's race. 10-second collision penalty for Brownest of Buns. Man, I have missed multiple 10-second penalties tonight. And that one was legit, because I was watching somebody. A 3-second penalty now for Spicy Nuggies, who's made his way up to 9th place. That's not too bad. Not too bad. Wow. Brownest of Buns, what could have been, my young friend? What could have been? Fighting for a podium, and now you're in 13th place with a 10-second penalty. I've just spit all over my microphone. Sketchable says in the Discord, who won? Well, not you, Sketchable. Obviously. How's your dedication problem going tonight? Never going to win anything in life, Sketchable, if you don't work hard. You can't just run away from your problems. That's what you're doing with your refusal to race with us tonight and in the future. I think what happened is you got thoroughly trounced by Double R last season, and you thought, okay, if I can ever win again, I'm immediately retiring, and that way I can go out as a champion. We have another Twitch chat in here. Dominic says, wow, cheers, guys. Sup, bro? I don't know what you're cheersing us for, but welcome. Always fun when people watch us live. Most people come back and watch later on. Of course, all the drivers do. I'm sure they sit down and watch with their driving coaches and significant others and study the film, study the tape, see where they could improve, see where they could do better. Also, in the Discord now, we have the Brownest of Buns says to Senior Heat Gang, bro, literally, what the fuck was that? Ruined my entire race. Thanks. I think the thanks there was sarcastic. Oh, Dominic is Sketchy. Oh, hey, Sketchy. A virtual safety car. That is not very useful, but whatever. Oh, hey, Sketchy. Nice for you to join us. Really do appreciate you joining the broadcast. Always nice to see you here. Even though it's clear that you have unable to race, it's nice that you're able to join us. Virtual safety car. I mean, honestly, who gives a shit about a virtual safety car? I mean, this is stupid. So anyway, let's get back to what I was talking about, the virtual safety car. That's a good time to do it. Yes, and Senior Heat Gang is about to respond. Yes! This is the Discord I needed! Yes, and Senior Heat Gang says, bro, or sorry, no, he doesn't say bro. I added the bro. Parentheses bro, parentheses Brownest of Buns. More like, WTF were you doing? So just to remind you, Brownest of Buns just said a second ago, bro, literally, what the fuck was that? Ruined my entire race. Thanks. And now Brownest of Buns is typing. These two, Brownest of Buns is already deniffed, so he's out of the race. I should have been on him. Maybe he deniffed on purpose. And then, where's Senior Heat Gang? There he is. God damn. Senior Heat Gang. He says no. I did not. I did not do that. You did that. So this will get worked out in the Discord. We'll keep an eye on that because that's fun. So we do have some theoretical on-track battling for the podium. I don't think it's real. NXR Gifted is pretty much locked in at this point unless he's somehow manages to find a way to get a 10-second penalty. And I think Sweaty Randall is in line for a 3rd place and the final step on the podium, which would be an excellent finish for him here tonight, especially in the absence of Sketchable. And of course, Sketchable and Champion on the Discord talking about his championship lead. Everything's always about Sketchable, isn't it, everybody? Everything's always about Sketchable. Instead of talking about our other drivers here tonight and what a great job they're doing, including Patrick Duffy, Sketchable wants to make it about himself. Brownest of Buns says, never mind, I'll just clip. Being an idiot doesn't help. God. Brownest of Buns. Can you... as THR Marzi has decided to self-immolate. Probably a good idea because he had a shed load of penalties. In fact, let's take a look at that penalty situation now. Huh. When you take TRL Marzi out of there, it doesn't look that bad because he had mucho penalties. Corey Lanzillo has a lot of penalties. You know who doesn't have any penalties is Massive Noogies. He's just straight up in 13th place. Terrible performance here from him tonight. I hope it was worth it, Massive. I hope it was worth it. Spending all your time down here in Loser Town. Spicy Nuggies was in 8th a second ago, but now he's back down into 11th. So, not sure what happened to him. But whatever it wasn't good. Five laps left of this race. 5 laps left until I can have a hot, steaming, fresh waffle. This is cakes and pies, by the way. You know, when I make my waffle, I take it, obviously, out of the waffle maker, and then I put butter on it. And I allow that butter to melt in. And then I pour that syrup on it. That fine, fine maple syrup. Canadian maple syrup, of course, only the finest maple syrup. I don't know how you Canadians do it with your maple syrup, but god damn it, is it good. And then I wait like a minute because I want the syrup to absorb into the waffle. It's very important. I don't want surface syrup. I want embedded syrup. I want the syrup to embed itself into that waffle and soak probably about, I would say, just a little bit more than halfway through, probably about 55 to 60% of the way through that waffle. I want a little bit of dryness still. That's the bottom crunch. And then that middle part, or that top layer, is a butter and syrup infused delight. Ah, fuck me, I can't wait to have that waffle. Anybody who doesn't like a waffle can really go to hell. Like, just straight to hell. But I've never met anybody who doesn't like a waffle. Not a single person. And I can't imagine that I will anytime soon. Because you'd really have to be a giant piece of shit to not want a waffle or to like a waffle, to appreciate a waffle. They're just... Ay, Dios mío, they're so fucking good. Can't wait. I don't even want to do podium interviews here tonight. But we will. We will. I don't want to, but we will. Echoes the Dolphin now with a 3-second penalty. Joins in the act. Gets in it with everybody. Look at this. The Kick Sours here. Running 6th and 7th. Miles apart on track. But still doing it nonetheless. Ah, dear. The Dreamweaver moving past Echoes the Dolphin here in the 9th. It doesn't really matter because of the penalty for Echo, who's fighting back for some reason. Back in the 9th. Again, another race without a safety car. This league does not have a lot of safety cars. This game does not have a lot of safety cars. You know, you don't realize how dependent league racing is on safety cars until you don't have them anymore. I like how Corey Lanzillo here has given Screech the hurry up. Even though he has mad penalties. He ain't care. 2.5 laps left to go here of the Italian Grand Prix. Of course, the real-life Italian Grand Prix is this weekend. I always enjoy me a little bit of the Italian Grand Prix. I think it's our last European track of the season, so pretty much our last good track of the season. Last interesting track. People like Coda. I do not. I think that track stinks. Some people like Mexico. I think that track also stinks. Ah, we do have Brazil still. Of course, we still have Brazil. That is a crown jewel track. God, that track is so good. I don't understand why track designers don't understand when they're designing new tracks these days that the things that make good tracks are, I mean, first and foremost, elevation changes. Everyone loves elevation changes. And if you can get elevation changes into your cornering, even better. I mean, why does everyone love Spa? It's because of the elevation changes. It's because of Eau Rouge being on a hill. It's because of No Name going downhill. It's because of Puhan after coming downhill. I mean, it's pretty goddamn obvious what makes good corners. I mean, let's just look at last week in Zandvoort. That track stinks, but it's got sweet corners because it has elevation changes and banking. Just saying. And like if you're starting from scratch and you're using oil money, if you're in Bahrain, which has a little bit of elevation change to be fair, or Abu Dhabi, or Saudi, put some goddamn hills in your track. You have enough sand, obviously. Just pile that shit up. Yo. Then, you know, fuck. Just even if just on the straights like they do at Coda, you know, you got the big hill for turn 1, which is a good corner because it's so wide. The rest of the track stinks. So the brownest of buns has posted a clip in the Discord. Can't wait to see it. Later on, I'm not going to watch it during the race. That would be unprofessional. We have a battle here on track for second place, but really it's not for anything because the Plube has a penalty, which is going to take away his opportunity for a podium. I think. Wait, maybe he has... Hold on a second. Yes, that's right. It's a 10-second penalty for Plube. I was correct. So... yeah, this is not for anything. This is for nothing. This is for nothing. So Sweaty Randall's going to get third. So no drama here. Massive Noogies with a 3-second penalty to add insult to injury. Injury being a crap race. He likes to call himself the Mark Martin of Formula One. Well, he's definitely not the Mark Martin of Formula One tonight. He is more like the Ward Burton of Formula One. Ward Burton. The Dreamweaver continuing to battle it out with Echoes and Dolphin. Again, not sure why. Let's just stay on board with... oh, this race is about to end. Didn't even realize it. Defy comes around the Parabolica for the final time. Crosses the line. That's it! That'll do it! Defy wins the race. Defy wins the Italian Grand Prix. As Massive Noogies back here is doing a Fernando Alonso tribute act with a 10-second penalty for corner cutting. Let's see if he cuts another corner, the cheat and botch. Nope, he makes that corner. Nice job. Wow. So that's it. Yep, NXR Gifted home in second place. Sweaty Randall in third. Okay, Plube in fourth. Corey, decent showing in fifth after an early crash. Screech in sixth. Nope, Victor Chouse in fifth. Corey in sixth. Screech in seventh. And then some other people down here. I'm not going to name them all. You know who you are. Actually, you know what? While we wait, let's take a look at this video clip from the Brownest of Buns. Let's see who was really at fault here. Alright, so the Brownest of Buns, he's just driving along, minding his own business. Yep. driving down the main straight there. Pulls alongside Senior Heat Gang. Well, yeah. Yeah, I can see why the brownest of buns is upset, but I can also see Senior Heat Gang's point of view as there as well. I think the cars just did that thing where they touch each other, and they just sort of get stuck to each other. It's all because of how terrible this game is. Remember, guys, I suggest we start playing Mario Kart. Take that suggestion for all that it's worth. Oh, look at that. We have a Ferrari driver on the podium here in front of all the Tifosi at Monza. Message from Defy. May I get an invite? Sure, you can get an invite. Invite to Porty. Which now means I need to go do some other checkboxy things. Alright, we need to invite some other people to our Porty as well. So we've already got Defy here. We'll talk to him shortly. Let's get NXR gifted with us. So NXR, invite to my Porty. And Sweaty Randall, let's invite him to our Porty as well. Alright, so while we wait for our other drivers, Defy, are you with us?
I am.
Brilliant! Well, Defy, NXR gifted, and Sweaty Randall, as always, please make sure all your boxes are checked, your T's are crossed, and your lowercase j's are dotted. Let's start with our winner of the race tonight. It is Defy, the man of many names, many talents, and so much speed. That was sort of boring for us to watch, Defy. I would imagine it was a little boring for you.
Uh, yeah. That's gonna be my excuse for all the warnings I got was because kind of lost focus many times.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I basically almost punted my own car into the wall probably 4 separate times that race, so it was a little shaky in some parts, but it works.
Well, so Defy, I believe you had 50 points coming into this race. You were 50 points behind Sketchable. You're now 25 behind him. If the dedication and aptitude problems continue to persist for Sketchable, do you think you have a chance in this championship?
Yeah, well, I'm 3 for 4 in races. Basically, every race I've finished, I've won, so if I show up more, I probably could have had it secured by now, but I've been busy, so I'll try and make it.
What have you been busy with? Tell me what you've been doing that's been funner than doing this.
Well, last Friday night I was with a couple friends. We went to like a mosh pit thing, so yeah.
Were you
And
guys on the pot?
no, just because I'm from
All right.
Colorado doesn't mean that I smoke pot.
Well, I didn't know that you were from Colorado. I just thought because you were a youth, and perhaps even a troubled youth, because you weren't showing up to the races, that you were out doing the pot. But it's nice to hear that not only that you have real life friends, but you guys weren't on the pot, and you were enjoying a nice evening listening to some nice music, hitting each other in a mosh pit.
Thank you.
That's great. Good for you. Good for you, Defy. It's great to have you back. I hope to see you again next week. Congratulations on your victory tonight, and thank you so much for joining us.
Of course.
All right, so let's get to our second place driver. It is former champion NXR gifted. NXR with a second place here tonight. NXR, congratulations. For some reason, you and Plube were fighting it out there at the end when you didn't really have anything to fight for. What were you just, just racers being racers, huh?
Yeah, it was just slipstreaming buddies. It's kind of just like a draft buddy in NASCAR, just constantly passing each other and repassing. He had a couple bad decisions in doing that tactic, but it worked out.
Would you have rather played this game at Monza tonight, or or with the same drivers played Mario Kart at Rainbow Road?
Probably here, because I was in a party with a bunch of other people racing, and we're just kind of shooting the shit. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it was a pretty calm race other than turn one. That was pure chaos, and I got away
Yeah,
without getting a
yeah,
quarter turn
yeah.
penalty. So,
What the hell happened there?
um, I think it was spicy nuggies. I don't know. Someone
Yeah.
spun Curtis, and just blocked the entire path. Good, and it was a good thing I was on the outside. I was able to get around them and get through the corner.
So someone was doing a Snorlax back there. All right.
Yeah.
Well, hey, look, it's really nice to talk to you again, NXR Gifted, and I'm really thrilled that you're on the podium again. And I'd like to see you on more podiums. And quite frankly, I'd like to see you start battling for championships. Do you think you can do that for me?
With Sketchy and Deafy racing every now and then, there's no chance. I'm just not that fast on this game. Not as consistent as them. There's some tracks I'm competitive at, but like here, qualifying was just a shit show. Probably had one good lap the entire session.
Well, I always enjoy talking to you, and I hope you do have some more podiums in store for us this evening, or this season, excuse me, NXR. But congratulations on your second place here tonight, and thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, thank you.
Of course, now let's get to our third place finisher, and the man who looks to be challenging Sketchable for the championship, and that, of course, is Sweaty Randall. Third place here tonight, Sweaty Randall. Sketchable says that that you are now 1 point behind him in the championship. Is that true?
I have no idea. I'll take his word for it.
Well, you can't trust Sketchable. He's a sandbagging son of a bitch, Sweaty Randall. So you really can't take his word for that. But talk us through your race here this evening. You were up and down, and eventually you found your way into third place. I'm sure there were points during this race where you just didn't think that was going to be possible.
Oh, for sure. I almost gave up halfway. I was just stuck in a DRS train, and I got caught up in the turn one mess, and I was just stuck behind Victor Chauce's car for about 15 seconds, it felt like, and I thought, well, that's it. But somehow, I don't know, no safety cars. I don't know.
So
I
what
guess
was the
that's the
turning
pace.
point? What was the turning point? I mean, how did you make your way up there? Was it just pure pace, or did you find some people in front of you going off the track and making it easier for you? What happened?
A little pace, because I think I was back in 11th, and I made about 5 overtakes on my own. But then Plube, Marvy, I think that's his name, and one other guy got 10-second penalties, so that helped too. I would have never caught up to Plube and Gifted, so that was a little bit of a gift from Plube.
Indeed, it was. Well, if Sketchable is to be believed, and I'd like to say one more time, he is not. You are very close in the championship, and if that is indeed true, I cannot wait to see what happens next week. Best of luck to you, Sweaty Randall, dethroning the sandbagging piece of shit that is Sketchable. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight, Sweaty Randall, and congratulations on your third place finish.
You're the man. Appreciate it. See you next week, bud.
Absolutely. So that'll do it from us here this evening at Formula Worldwide Leagues Land. I have enjoyed mildly this evening. Hopefully next week, Massive Noogies will be back with me. It's a lot easier to make fun of people with another person. It's not as fun to bully people by yourself. Either way, thank you so much to everybody out there who joined us live, and thanks to everybody who will come back and watch it later on throughout the week. And of course, thank you to all of our drivers for joining us. That's going to do it. Until next week, though, I'm DonutPuncher272 saying goodbye.